Hello, folks. I'm Detroit Miracle. Yes, and indeed. Right now, I am here to have more cool comic book slash story slash discussion fun. This such topic will be about the illustrious singer named Mavis Staples. Yes, and I will also be comparing power levels of Mavis Staples, an amazing singer artist, in terms of her immense presence and characterized in top tier form in any particular thing that she accomplishes and has accomplished. Okay, and of course, Mavis Staples is also a part of the comic book verse too, because she's had a graphic storybook illustrated about her life, characterizing events that went on or happened. So it's a full color illustration in graphic form. So she's a part of that community too, of course. Okay, like every great artist, they first must have humble beginnings. And so did Mavis Staples. Originally, she started singing at maybe 8 or 9, and by the time she was 11, she had joined a group. It was, in fact, her own family's group where she would be the lead singer. And then she would, of course, tour with her family group consisting of her siblings and father. He played the guitar, and of course, she sung lead. At first, she was a bit hesitant, but their father ensured her that the group would be much more successful if she was on lead, so she did. And it was the best decision that she ever made because her illustrious staple singers group started off singing in churches initially, and then they would move into much bigger venues such as halls, arenas, stadiums, where well they would perform at much bigger places all over the place. And they became immensely popular nationally, of course, and they did hit some international markets. They became one of the best-selling gospel groups in history. And yeah, there are many great-selling, best-selling gospel groups. Well, the Staple Sisters, the Staple Singers was one of those such groups. So Mavis toured with her family group for many years, and she would contribute to the success of the group, of course. But then it came a time when she felt she wanted to go solo and do it on her own. So she went solo, and eventually she would release maybe 15 or 16 albums on her own, consisting of solo albums, live albums, some collaboration albums that also involved other major artists in the industry. And those such albums would, of course, dominate the gospel charts and other musical charts because Mavis Staples was an ingenious type of singer who incorporated R&B, blues, and gospel, and maybe some soulful sounds into it. Her voice was a signature musical genre's wonder because she sung of blues, soul, and gospel. It was mixed in. So, in other words, she was an amazing, wondrous prodigy, and they discovered that at a very young age. Okay, let me get to her power levels. Mavis Staples' power levels are of deep spiritual depth in terms of her captivating audiences and bringing them to joy by touching to their or connecting to their spiritual presence with her ministry or deep emotional feelings, which connects to people's feelings that generally share the same problems in general. So she gives her own testimonies through her song in which people find agreeable and identifiable, of course. She's a powerhouse of a singer. She gives an electrified stage performance. So she's a powerhouse of a stage performer who has numerous sold out shows. She's toured in hundreds of shows, hundreds as a solo artist and as a group lead singer. She's a powerhouse of a graceful character woman who has a career spanning maybe 6 or 7 decades. Indeed. So and of course, overall, she remained a powerful institution in music as well by being inducted into many halls of fame, being given many awards, especially Grammy awards and other types of awards in the world of music, of course. All right, folks, let me know how you feel about this one.